But I want to first tell you what emotional intelligence isn't. Nearly every time that I present on emotional intelligence, some guy comes up to me and says, "So I suppose we're going to have a group hug, are we?" And I go, "Well, only if you organise it." There's no such thing as 100% confidence. But what some people do and what some women think is that they are supposed to be confident all the time. And it's so untrue.
This person has just heard 5 of your achievements. How wonderful that is.
Those people within your faculty who have higher levels of emotional intelligence are more likely to cope with organisational stress, less likely to be absent from work, and more likely to have higher job satisfaction.
The choice about how you react is yours, and as a leader, the choice that you make is so important. Because as a leader, you need to have a high degree of self-awareness. You need to understand what's actually happening inside of you, because you're probably giving off little signals anyway, and everybody else is reading them.
Emotional self-management. How good are you at doing that? How good are you at managing your own emotions? Do you even know you've got any? Do you know what they are? And do you know what to do with them when they come? Well, one of the issues is that most of our society does not actually encourage us to reach our potential in emotional intelligence. Many of us will have come from families where emotions weren't even allowed. Many of us are still in workplaces where emotions are still looked upon with some disapproval. So most of us have never had the chance to even reach the potential that we actually have. So I want to give you one very, very important tip about emotional intelligence that you can take away and use from today. So could you please, I'd love you just to meet someone else in the faculty that you don't know very well. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds to find a partner that you haven't yet partnered today, and then you're going to help each other build their emotional intelligence. And now we're going to have a short break. Now, yesterday, there were no biscuits. Today, there is no tea. We don't talk about there being distinguished guests or anybody special. You are all special. And that includes those of you who are already enlightened. You're very welcome. Those of you who are... Those of you who are nearly enlightened, and those of you who have very little chance of making it. I tried walking the Bibbulmun track once, and I decided one day that I should get fit. And he said, what we'll do is, we'll walk in, and the hut's about 20 kilometres in. And I'm going, that means it's 20 kilometres back. So that actually is, you're wanting me to walk 40 kilometres in one weekend? Yes. So we start off, and I go, photos, I have to have the evidence. Because I've told everybody at work, you know, I'm starting the track, this is it. Pumping up my confidence, imagining great success, telling everybody, doing all the right things. So we start off and we're walking along, and I'm thinking, oh, it's a bit tiring, isn't it? Anyway, after 35 minutes, we came to a hut.
You thought it was 20k.
And I went, that's a hut. And I went, so it is, that's a hut. And we said, we were with an experienced Bibbulmun tracker. And we said, you know, that's a hut. He goes, I know, it shouldn't be there. So we got the maps out, and he looks at the map. He had misread the map. It said 2 kilometres, not 20. Never trust a middle-aged man without his glasses. What do you think we should do? And so we all said, well, we'll have lunch. So we had lunch, and then what do we do? Well, let's have a cup of tea, let's light the fire, let's tell each other stories. They were our best friends, fortunately. So that's what we did. We spent the afternoon there, we had tea there, we lit the fire. Excellent. We slept, well, we did, and then we walked back 2 kilometres the next day. But this relates to confidence, because you know what many people do? You all said, oh, you've got this exciting thing going and you want to do this year. But you know what so many people do? They do what I do with the Bibbleman track. They do it once. They go, yes, I'm going to be confident and I'm going to practice Dolly the kangaroo when I get home tonight, and I'm going to find 5 happy memories. And you do it tonight. And tomorrow it's down to 3 happy memories. The next day you do 2. And then 1, and that's the end of your practice. But what you actually need to do to be really confident is every day practice. Every morning, get up and go to happy memory.
I really like your shoes. And she goes, oh, they were just cheap. I go, okay, so let's try that again then, will we? I really like your shoes. So, oh, they're just pink denim. Right. Could you just go, thank you? So he's going, let's try again. I really like your shoes. She goes, thank you, but they're only cheap. Okay, let's try another track on your shoes then. I go, you know, I really admire the way you walk in those shoes, because the heels are so high and you walk so gracefully into the recording studio. Anybody could do that. I go, I can't. I have arthritis in my big toes. I can't even wear those shoes. Oh, no, it's nothing. Okay, let's try again. Now, I really think the way that you walk in those shoes is fantastic. Do you really?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. I said, that's one. Now let's try another. I like those pearls you're wearing. They're fake.